have really always struggled with yeast infections. I went to countless doctors and no one really could help me. Really, anything upsets my pH. I've tried everything before that. Suppositories, boric acid. It would help for a little bit, but then it would come right back. I did my own research and I read that probiotics can help with that. I came across Happy Bee and I tried it and I fell in love with it. I noticed a change my first month. My symptoms were nearly gone. It feels like you're free and I don't have any worry. Like, this is my new normal and I love it. So my story kind of starts way back when I was little, actually. I have really always struggled with gut health as well as yeast infections. I've had that issue since I was little and I went to countless doctors and no one really could help me besides antibiotics. And as I got older, I was on those constantly, and I knew that I couldn't be on those forever. It wasn't really solving my issue. My gynecologist, I don't know what else I can do for you. I've given you the medicine that we normally prescribe. It's really just taking this as long as you need it. And I really wasn't happy with that. I had side effects with that medicine and I just didn't want to do it forever. So I did my own research and I was like, maybe it's something to do with my diet. And so I did a lot of diet changes and that did help, but it was still happening. And so I read that probiotics can help with that. And so that's where I started to look into probiotics. And when I tell you I tried a million of them, I'm not lying. I think I tried a million of them. And then I came across Happy Bee. It was an ad that I saw. I think it was on Instagram and it had really good reviews. And I was like, what do I have to lose? I'm just going to try it. And I tried it and I fell in love with it. I noticed a change my first month. My symptoms were nearly gone. And that was the first time in years that I had felt relief from that. And so here I am. I think I'm going on 2 years now of taking it, and I will never stop taking it. It has drastically changed my vaginal health, my gut health. I feel better. My skin is better. Just overall, I feel a million times better. And I just love sharing that with everybody, my friends, my family, everybody.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you for giving us like the big picture of just your story and your journey. I'd love to go back just a little bit with in the beginning when you said, I've been struggling with this since you were a kid. What was that like growing up, feeling like this is normal, or am I going to have this the rest of my life? Walk us through that a little bit more and even speak to the whole like antibiotic thing that you're on that, and like any side effects did you see from taking that as well?
Yeah. So when I was little, I remember my mom being equally as upset because she was trying to help me, and being 7, 8 years old, it's hard. And I couldn't take bubble baths. I was sensitive to really any kind of soap, and I still am. Really, anything upsets my pH. So I have to be very careful with all of that stuff. And so I was on, I think it's called Flagyl, and that was the medicine that they gave me over. And it would help for a little bit, but then it would just come right back. And that was just a vicious cycle over and over. And whenever I take a medicine like that, I get a yeast infection. So it was like counterintuitive, and it was just a never ending struggle.
Yeah, from taking that. Did you struggle with BV at all? Or was it mostly yeast infection with?
I've had BV, I think 2 or 3 times, and it was the same issue. I would take medicine, yeast infection, medicine, yeast infection. And it was a really hard time. That was in my early 20s before I found Happy Bee.
Yeah. And not to downplay or to keep talking about the negative, but how did it feel when you mentioned when your doctor told you, I don't know what else to do for you, this is all I know? Like, how did that feel? I'm guessing hopeless, right?
Yeah, I cried a lot because I was just so frustrated, and I trusted her. I trusted her to help me. And it was almost like she was getting annoyed with me and just acting, this is all I can do. Sorry about it.
Yeah.
And that was really frustrating. And I had considered finding someone else, getting a second opinion, all of that. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start doing my own research. And so that's when I really just dove in myself. And I'm thankful that I did.
Yeah. No, obviously not a fun or story to get you there, but I love when people say, no, I'm going to advocate for my health, that
Yeah.
there's more, this isn't right, or this isn't sitting right with me. What was your research like, and how did you even hear or know to maybe look into probiotics and all of that to help with your vaginal health?
So I really just Googled everything that I could about yeast infections, about vaginal health. And I had tried everything before that. So, like the topical things, the suppositories, the boric acid.
Did you see any results
Um,
with using those, or how was that?
yeah, it would help for a little bit, but then it would come right back.
Yeah.
And sometimes I could go for a month or two and I'd be fine, but then it would just come right back.
Mhm.
So I kept Googling, kept reading, and then that's when I found probiotics and prebiotics and how that could help. And so I tried several brands off Amazon first, and it didn't really help a whole lot. And then I read that I'm going to butcher this name, but there is an ingredient in Happy V
Yeah.
that the other ones didn't have. It starts
Yeah.
with a C. It's crispitus or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, it's a strain. Yeah, it's a strain
Yes.
of probiotics. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So all the other ones that I had tried prior, it didn't have that. And I was
Mhm.
like, I'm going to try Happy Bee then and see if that helps. I don't know if that's the strain that I needed or what, but that is really what set Happy Bee apart from all the other ones that I had tried.
Oh,
And like I said, I think it was the first month I felt a lot better. And then I just haven't looked back since.
yeah. No, it's awesome. They talk me through a little bit more, like, when did you know, oh my gosh, I think this is working? Or did it give you like a sense of hope? Or what was that moment when you're like, I think I found something that works for me?
Yes. Like I think 3 or 4 weeks in, I I thought about it and I'm like, "Wait a minute. I'm regular for the first time, like, in a long time," 'cause I had always struggled with that too, is,
Yeah.
just feeling bloated and constipation and all kinds of gut issues. I had that. And so I'm like, "Oh my goodness, I have been going, like, regular." And then I noticed that I didn't have any itchiness. I didn't have any irritation. And I'm like, what the heck? And so I'm like, it has to be the Happy Bee. And so I tried it the next month. And then just month by month, things just kept getting better and better. And I haven't had any issues since I've been taking it. So I know this has been my life changer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. How is that? Like, how has that impacted your like day-to-day life? Because I know it can, most people don't realize that it can be paralyzing to do normal things that everyone else can do when you're struggling with down there. So yeah, how has that change been since you were a child?
Yeah, it just feels like freedom. If you haven't been through it, it's hard to understand,
Yeah.
but it feels like you're free. And I don't have any worry about taking baths now. I can take a bath and I can be fine with that. And I haven't had that freedom in years.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing I celebrated was a bath. And it sounds so easy and so cheesy too, but that is really my first big so yeah, when I first noticed that this is it, like this is my new normal and I love it.
Yeah. That gives me just seriously, not to be cheesy, but like goosebumps just even hearing like the little things that, you can take for granted, like taking a bath. All the girls love to take
Yes.
baths and
Yes.
relax. That you
Yes.
couldn't do that at all. So it's awesome. And just saying that like freedom is what you've been experiencing. And love hearing.
Mhm.
Have you tried by chance any other Happy V products?
Yes, I've tried the digestive enzymes and I loved those.
Yeah.
And then I have tried the chlorophyll as well, and I
Okay.
loved those too.
Yeah. What benefits have you seen from either of those products?
So I haven't taken the chlorophyll or the enzymes in a few months, just
Yeah.
because the probiotics really do it all for me. I don't really need anything else. But I did notice that with the enzymes, I felt a lot less bloated, especially after I ate something big. I didn't feel as bloaty or uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's huge. That's awesome.
Mhm.
So I know you said that strain of probiotics is you think is what was like your saving grace, but is there any other, I don't know, benefits or ingredients that you know of, especially with your expertise of trying so many other products in the past that really makes
I don't really know ingredient wise except for that one strain, but I know my doctor had pushed that lactobacillus.
yeah.
And so that is really what I had made sure that was in all of my other products.
Mhm.
But then, like I said, when I found that Happy V had that one particular strain that all the other probiotics didn't have, that's when I knew that I had to try this one. And that's what is different than all the other ones that I tried.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And that's something we realized at Happy Bee too. Having specific dosage for all the different strains that are specific to vaginal health and pH levels, and making sure, because those are all like good bacteria getting back into the vaginal flora that sets it apart from other brands, is probably that they don't put the amount, or it's a bunch of filler. You don't really know what you're
Yeah.
getting all into it in it. That's something that is like super important to us to,
Yes.
yeah, to people know. So I love that you took the time to know and just not, oh, I'm going to take this and this. That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. How do you incorporate Happy Bee into your everyday routine? Yeah, walk me through what you do every day to take Happy Bee.
Yes. So every morning I wake up, before I even drink my coffee, I take my probiotics and I start my day. So I do not have anything until I have those in me.
Yeah, first things first. Is there any other, I don't know, supplements, vitamins, or like health routines that you do personally that you've seen make a difference just in your own life, or any specifically for vaginal health too? Yeah, Happy Bee.
Yeah, honestly, Happy V has really been the only thing that has really helped. So I take that in the morning, and then just like the basic things that your doctor always pushes, make sure that you're wearing cotton underwear and changing out of your sweaty gym clothes, just those types of things. I still practice those, but I think the Happy V really helps protect me from all the other stuff. And then lots of water. I try to avoid sugar as much as I can, a lot of processed sugary things. I know that sometimes can aggravate those female issues, but that's really about it.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I know you talked about freedom, but I'd love to know any
Mhm.
other things that you have been able to do or helping in like your self-esteem or confidence in this area. I don't know if it's like being able to do different workouts or not have to worry about wearing certain things or anything like that. Anything more you would like to share around that?
I think the biggest part of the whole freedom aspect is my husband, like he would notice if I didn't want to be close to him or intimate with him because I was hurting. I was struggling with that. And he felt bad for me
Yeah.
and he wanted to help me, but he can't. He's a man and it's hard for them to understand. But it was hard because I wouldn't wanna do anything when I was feeling terrible, and so now that I am free from all those issues, he's happier, I'm happier, I don't have to hide behind anything, I can just be a normal, happy, healthy wife.
Yeah, I love that. Give him a high five for being so supportive. And like you said, they don't know what's all going on, but that's huge that he was able to identify that and be like, I want to help you. And we need more guys like that. So you found a good
Absolutely.
one. That's awesome.
Absolutely, yes.
That's great. That's a game changer in itself for
Mhm.
having that confidence and not have to worry or hold you back in any of those areas.
Yes, absolutely.
That's awesome. How do you envision, I know you said you've been on it for 2 years, but how do you envision to keep incorporating Happy Bee into your everyday wellness routine moving forward and just long term?
I do not plan on stopping anytime soon. I tell my husband all the time, if there was one supplement in my life that I had to pick, it would be Happy Bee. I could live without any other one except for that. And it sounds cheesy, but I will not stop taking it, and it is something that will not live without. I just can't do it. All my other protein, my magnesium that I use, all of that would just go because Happy Bee is the one.
that you need. That's amazing. Thank you for
Yes.
saying that. That's great. It's great to know. So if you had to pick, what is it, like 4 items on an island,
Yes.
an island, you would pick Happy Bee.
It would be that one. It would be that one for sure.
Oh, I love that. That's so great. Is there any other products that if you had a magic wand, you could ask Happy Bee to create that you would love or benefit you if you had to create something?
Honestly, I don't think so.
No.
No. They are just so good about addressing every female issue. Thankfully, I haven't ever needed to use like the cranberry or anything like that. I don't really struggle with that, thankfully. But I know if I did, I would use that.
Yeah,
No, I really don't think there'd be anything else.
that's awesome. More questions here. I know you're awesome and active on social media and just sharing your story about Happy Bee on there. What are your, I don't know, kind of reactions or thoughts if has the Happy Bee social media page has helped you at all in like education or learning things, or yeah, what are your kind of thoughts on our posts on social media?
Oh my gosh, I love them. I love that they're all so real and it's not embarrassing to anyone. So the girls that I've watched that talk about their issues are not embarrassed by it. And I feel like that is so powerful because a lot of women, I feel like they can be embarrassed. I know I was, especially when I was going through the really hard times. I was embarrassed and I didn't want to talk about it and I just struggled silently. And I don't want anyone to feel that way. It's not embarrassing. It's something that happens to a lot of women. And that was the one thing that really stood out to me was that those girls would just openly talk about all of their issues. And I love that because it made me feel like I wasn't abnormal. There's nothing wrong with me. It was just something that I had to find the root cause and just fix it.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. And has that encouraged you? I know you mentioned before that you do share with family or friends. Like, how has that conversation been sharing about Happy Bee or just even vaginal health with other people in your circle?
It's actually been so easy for me. So when I find something that I love, it just comes naturally just to talk about it.
Right.
And so a lot of women that I know struggle with gut health. And so that has been the in for me. So I would be like, oh, you feel constipated, you feel like that needs to be fixed, you need help with bloating. And then I just tell them about Happy Bee and how it doesn't only help with that, but also vaginal health too. And I feel like even if women don't struggle with anything specific like I did, we should all be taking something to maintain that.
Yeah.
It's been really easy for me, and I know the women that I have gotten started on it, they love it, and it's their everyday staple too.
Yeah.
So,
No, that's awesome. Look at you influencing other people in your
of
circle. Like,
course.
yeah, just being like, hey, like what you using your words, like I found this freedom or this to help me and want to share it with others. That's awesome. I can tell.
Mhm.
I can see this like confidence even from you with talking about it, and you're glowing. It's great.
Yes, it's the one thing that I will never stop using. I love it.
Yes, I love that. One more question. If you could go back and tell younger Courtney or maybe other people out there that are struggling and they're going to the doctor and just getting put on more pills and medication and just feeling really hopeless, what's a little word of encouragement that you would give your younger self or other people that are in the same boat?
Just don't give up. Don't accept no for an answer. Don't accept that this is what we do. This is our protocol. Because if the doctor really truly cared about you, they would continue to learn with you and try to find a different solution. Be your own advocate, do your own research, ask questions, don't be afraid, push because you are the only one that knows you
Mm.
and you have to look out for yourself.